Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. So the Cameroonian movie Therapy is finally live on Netflix. A lot of us have been waiting for this since they announced that it's coming, right? So we knew that this was going to be the first Cameroonian movie on Netflix. We were really anticipating to see like, okay, are they going to live up to the expectations? Because you know, the first impression is like everything. The first impression counts a lot. So this was the first impression that Cameroon was going to be making on this international platform. So it mattered that our first impression was a good one, so it's going to inspire people to check out more Cameroonian. So we have watched it and we're going to be giving our review. What do we think about this movie? Okay, so like we said, this is the first Cameroonian movie on Netflix, Therapy. So I know a lot of people have been criticizing firstly the cover because it features two Nigerians and one Cameroonian on the cover, and like the Nigerians on the cover are very pronounced. I know if I see the cover of that movie, I'm going to say it's a Nigerian movie because the two people I really recognize in that cover are Nigerian. So it's like until they have to tell me that this is a Cameroonian movie, I'm like, okay, so it's a Cameroonian movie. Then when you watch the movie, you get the English, French, and they try to call towns like Tico, call Achu, things which say Cameroonian. And you're like, okay, this is a Cameroonian movie. But we have watched the movie. We're not just going to be talking about the cover or what people are saying about this. We're going to be talking about if this movie lived up to our expectations. Did it live up to your expectation, Dambasta?
Well, I'm not the best person to answer that question because I'm not like a very movie guy. And even when I watch movie, I have my own kind of movies that I watch. But yeah, I feel like it met my expectations to an extent. I was really impressed with the video quality, the sound quality, the how can I call it? I call it the decor. They were always like very chic place, and if someone watches this movie, they might really feel like, yeah, Cameroon is a wonderful place. Right. Cameroon is a wonderful place though, but yeah, we have some places they are shown in this movie of acting some slum dog. Okay, but now I had some issues, but I feel like that's why I said I've raised some of the, should I call it, strategy issues about this movie. I'll not go back into this whole circle of why they're using Nigerian actors, meanwhile in the entertainment industry have issues with art going out for artists and event organizers going out for Nigerian art, but now they're using Nigerian actors who seem to be like the face of the movie. But true, I mean, like we had a couple of renowned Cameroonian names out there, like Alenne Menget, Syndy Emade.
Yeah.
So we have all of these names that we know. I mean, some of them have actually met that circle.
Lucie Memba.
Yeah. But my issue is, well, one is like they really gave, but let me start with the good things here. As I said, the video was good, the sound was good, the internal decor was good. They tried to make it as knowing that people would take shots at them about the fact that not Cameroon enough. They tried to make it as Cameroon as possible. I mean, as you said, mention Tico, Lele, Limbe. For somebody who is familiar with the Southwest, you'll be like, okay, yeah, definitely. And for me, yeah, once I saw this face, people that I know, so for sure. But also, Alenne Menget never failed to throw in pidgin a lot, quite often as some of our local. I was even surprised why he did not mention Nice Kitchen, which is his best.
Right.
Yeah, he mentioned, I mean, like, I would have just said, okay, why don't you order some food from Nice Kitchen as fast? But yeah, so he went out of his way to actually make it come. And then I feel like he did a successful job with regards to the marketing. I felt like bringing in this heavy Nigerian name was the marketing strategy, so that maybe Netflix was already very comfortable with Nigerian movies, and then especially these two characters. They have a couple of movies on Netflix. One time I think they were even part of the, should I call it the clique or the group, which had a sponsorship deal from Netflix. Netflix gave them a large sum of money to a couple of movies for them. Yeah. So I feel like these guys surely had some keys in there, which once their faces were there was a tick. I mean, most of the time in Hollywood, people pay these the mega movie stars those amounts, not just because they can act well. I mean, I guess like a couple of guys who have gone to art school can act like these guys, because I built that brand which once you know. I mean, there are some of these movies, I don't want to start calling movies names, which you watch the movie and you're like, why did I bother to watch? Because there's that name in it. There's so much hype around. So at times it's about the name too. And maybe in Cameroon, we do not have any actor of that magnitude across Africa, which Netflix will look like this is it was marketable like that. So maybe I'm just saying, we're saying maybes here. We're not in the strategy.
Right.
I feel like it worked well. I mean, like even myself, the storyline of the movie is not really the kind of storylines I watch. I mean, some movies that the storylines is storyline which I can swap, but just because the hype which is around it, I wanted to watch it all just to, how can I even say, like, you know, like you're watching a movie and you're like, okay, let me tick all the boxes. Okay, I watched it back to back. I heard this man say this. I saw these people there. All of those kind of things. So just for the sake of the, let's say, first Cameroonian movie, support your own, everything mixing up. I'm relating to it because we're mostly calling things around me or see one or two faces I know. So those guys are in the movie,
Right.
so I could really relate. Yeah. And then now, with regards to the things I didn't like, the storyline first, I said, the way it was executed, I personally, that's just a personal preference. I cannot project that on anybody or say that. I don't think we should apply like when critics want to speak with regards to the movie. But personally, I like stories which have something to do with lifestyle. There are some comedy or some exciting characters. But I felt like bet for what's his name? Alenne Menget. Yeah, bet for him. He was trying, but the storyline not give enough room for him to be too funny, too creative, too any extra. It was a very sober. The storyline was a sad one. So it was very sober all through. So even when he was trying to animate it, like throwing some slangs at was RMD,
Yeah,
trying to be like, oh boy, you do this, do that. What did he even say at one point when he said that these people, some people are blessed, some people are just fine boys with no skills like that. So he was trying to push it, but the storyline not really give room for that kind of, there are lots of comedy, or lots of action, or lots of, yeah. So it was that kind of just a sober. And there are those kind of movies on Netflix where don't watch, you think like there's some action coming, either a fight, either some comedy, because it's like it's leading to it, but it's never landing on it. I don't know if it makes sense. Yeah. So that was my feeling in the movie. So the storyline was fine. I felt like, okay, although I understood it for somebody who is also at times disembarrassed, they didn't show Cameroon enough. So it was mostly indoor, either what's their name? Was it the Kumas or what was it? The family name they had, Damijo and the lady, their resident, or Syndy Emade's resident, or their office. So they'll show a car in front of the office, into the office. They'll show the road, they'll show the streets a bit, their residents. Yeah. So I felt like maybe they would have, given that this is our first movie to hit Netflix and at this scale, they might want to sell Cameroon a little bit more. And given that, I also tell myself, like, man, it's not like it's the Ministry of Culture that gave you money. So you will not risk anything that is going to jeopardize your project just because you want to push Cameroon. Represent, yes, you want to represent, restrict so you know, like I call it they had to control their scene and restrict it to places where they could control the light, make sure the beauty is chic in a way. You don't want to be passing your camera down beach and then a fisherman just runs boxers across the screen. Or while they are trying to film, there's a heap of old containers somewhere. So the more you go outside, the more it's difficult to control the environment. Once it's indoor, you know that everything in this house, no matter what my camera shows,
yeah.
Once you start going out a lot, anything can happen. So I think they did that just to control the environment. Right. But that's my take on it. More positive than negative. Just those negative things. And for me, Cameroonians should stop. It's true, we want to criticize to grow, but there is a way we take the criticism and it's too much.
Yeah, it's more of like hate than constructive.
Say it in passing and it's not that bad. I mean, it's not, I don't want to call people's things here, but there are things which you can be like, okay, this is acceptable. There's room for growth. And we have started at it. So there are many other movies on Netflix that can look at them and be like, our movie is better than this one, our movie is better than this one. For me, very
as you're talking, what came to mind was another movie that I watched which had that kind of similar kind of storyline, and I can say with my chest up that this therapy is better than that movie. So there are a lot of movies that I can point out that this therapy is definitely better than
a couple of South African movies, a couple of Indian.
Thanks for watching that video. Hope it inspired you to want to commit to Chakara TV. You want more content from us? No worries, we got you covered. All you need to do is hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, then sit back, relax, and enjoy daily content from us. It's been 8 on Chakara TV. We are craziness with a strategy.